So in today's presentation, we'll talk about customer interviews and why you should conduct customer interviews. So as a beginning here, the article, The Voice of the Customer, was written by Abby Griffin and Professor John Hauser, a professor at the MIT Sloan School. And this paper was really about best practices for conducting research to understand your customers. And the first key step to this process is conducting customer interviews to truly try to understand what are your customers' wants and needs. It's the key step to any good voice of the customer. But what is voice of the customer? So if everything starts with really understanding your customers and having a good voice of the customer study, what makes a good research study? So the first thing is that it should be a complete set of customer wants and needs expressed in the customer's own words, organized by the customer, and prioritized in terms of what is most important to them and their current level of satisfaction. And today we're going to talk about the first two steps. How do you do customer interviews to truly understand a complete set of your customers' wants and needs and ensure that you're expressing them in the customer's own language and understanding their true intentions and their true desires for your products and services? So why engage customers in these voice of the customer interviews? So the first is that these interviews help in a number of different respects. Voice of the customer input can be used for product engineering, so to develop new functions and features in physical products. They can also be used to design better services, so new ways, for example, to deliver the products to the customers. They can help you to design a better experience and create unique events and encounters with your customers. And they can also help you to define new types of business models, such as entirely new ways to transact with your customers. So engaging in these voice of the customer interviews, we're able to capture all this important qualitative input that you would need to improve your products and services. But there's so many different ways to gather your customer needs. One is through focus groups. Focus groups are when you have a group of individuals, usually maybe about 5 to 8 people, who come together to give you their feedback on products and services and have a general discussion of their wants and needs. Sometimes there are mini focus groups that might only have, for example, 3 to 5 people, which lets you have more airtime from each individual respondent. These are typically moderated by a professional moderator who will guide the discussion and make sure that everyone participates and all voices are heard. Another option is one-on-one interviews. This is where an interviewer talks directly to one respondent in a conversation that typically lasts between 45 and 60 minutes in length. That's really been shown to be the right length of time to fully gather someone's opinions and get a complete set of customer wants and needs through conducting a series of one-on-one interviews. Another option is ethnography, where you observe people as they carry out a task or as they do things with your products or services. And this lets you not only rely on what people have said, but also look at observed behavior. Another option is online focus groups, and here's where you can invite 8, 10, 20, even 30 people to participate in an online focus group where the moderator submits questions online and asks people to type in their responses. These can be done in a synchronous way where everyone comes together at one point in time, or they can be done in an asynchronous way where everyone can log in over a period of time, say 1 or 2 weeks, on their own time schedule to submit their own thoughts and opinions, and then those can be aggregated by the moderator. Then you can tell them explicitly